Hello, and welcome to Outplay the Meeples. I'm Walter,
I'm David.
and tonight we're doing another unboxing of London, a game by Martin Wallace, published by Osprey Games. Takes about 60 to 90 minutes for 2 to 4 players, ages 14 and up. Shall we get to it?
We shall. Okay, I just have to call out on how this box is got this little. It's not a. Oh.
Well, I think it's supposed to look like a book on the shelf, is how it's supposed to, I think,
Wow.
come.
Well, especially because isn't this about the London fire from 1666? So very antiquated kind of thing.
I'm not quite sure. I do know that it is supposed to be from around the 1600s. Ooh, they gave us one whole bag. You gotta love those publishers. They give you one whole bag. Here's some punch outs.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, the insert in here,
Yeah.
it doesn't look bad, and it looks like they give you enough room that when you go to sleeve your cards, you'll have some.
Yeah, it does look like it's mainly cards, and they definitely give you enough room. I don't know that I can sleeve those cards. And we got some pieces. Here's the game board, which is pretty undescript. Looks like you possibly got like a victory point marker up at the top, some type of things for dealing out cards. Again, because this is an unboxing, we're not going through how gameplay is. This is mainly just to show what we think of the components and pieces of the game. Let's open up.
So the thing I do want to call out on these pounds, if you will,
Sterling or
it's got a
quid.
So quid.
Yep. So they're not the thinnest.
No, they're not. But take a look at that too. They go with not only different colors.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there's.
It could be centered a little better, but.
Oh, I'm not even talking about that. I mean, that's probably difficult to do anyway. I mean, I guess if you're a publisher doing this. Do you want me to zoom in on that?
Yeah, do you want to try to zoom in on some of those?
You can see the different colors where it goes from like a
copper color to a silver color to a gold color.
Yeah. And then we also have $10 loans.
Yes.
I'm sorry, 10-pound loans.
Yeah, Martin Wallace is notorious for taking loans and paying them back.
And then 30-pound loans.
Yeah.
And then, oh wait, there's also going 15 poverty.
Yeah. Is it 30 on the back?
No, it's not.
But again, I mean, these are not the thinnest in the world.
Wow. And I mean, and let's just go back to you were saying they weren't quite centered.
Yeah.
They also print them on the back too.
Right.
So
let's turn those over so that people can get a look at. I mean, it's a decent quality. I mean, they took some time with this. You know, it's not like it's, just off in Never Never Land. And here you got just the standard pawns.
Meeples.
Well, I'm sorry, these look like pawns.
Yeah, they do. I don't mind calling them Meeples.
Yeah. Look like they came from the game Sorry or something.
Sorry, they meant to include Meeples.
Yeah. And then cards. So, I believe you've got a goal that you have to achieve, and I think that's what these are for. And there's certain ones out here. So this is for South London, North London, South London. Notice that there's the little, like, looks like a water mark of some sort. Yeah. Underneath the South or underneath the North. That means that it's next to the River Thames.
Yeah, okay.
So you're north or south of the Thames River. I mean, these cards are, again, this is actually, pretty thick, nice.
Oh, actually, that's not bad.
Card. A little bit of warpage, but I think that's just from it sitting in the box. I think with play, it'll probably be okay. It's got a nice little logo on the back. You might want to zoom in just so we can show. So there's a little wavy thing underneath that N, as opposed to this one that doesn't have the little waviness to denote that it's by the river.
And what these other cards look like. Okay, so
But they all look like they're the same back, so I don't know. Maybe the rule book, talks about the differences between them or something. I'm not 100% sure. Poppers. Popper cards. Again, the quality seems to be, pretty nice.
Oh, wow.
They're thick, but they don't have a linen finish. That's kind of more of a matte finish. The artwork is more of a, and I'm not by no means an art critic or anything like that, but it's more of the older style type thing.
I will notice that there are, on the bottom of these cards, on some of them, there's either like a phrase, or even at the top there's a phrase, do not expend a card to place.
Yeah. If you want to zoom back out, I can put some of them.
And then zoom back out.
Yeah, I think I found the difference. These are A cards, these are B cards, and these are C cards.
Okay, I'm going to zoom in onto that.
That must be what the main differences are.
The signification, okay.
Right.
Because like even on here, there's something right here at the bottom where there's a minus, and then there's the...
Yeah, so these are different things. So obviously, if you look up the anatomy, this is probably the name of the card, so Covent Gardens. And then I believe this is the benefit, and this is what the penalty or cost is, I think, of what has to happen. And notice most of these don't have really anything on the one side here. This one has 7 pounds in this corner. Don't know if I mentioned it or not, but we're not talking about how to play the game. In fact, I don't know how to play the game. We're just unboxing to show the quality of the pieces.
I mean, I will tell you that these are very well. I mean, as far as
feel like good quality.
Yes.
So.
And the imagery is definitely of its time.
Yeah, I mean, it's not anything that you would say, oh, that needs to be in the Louvre or
oh no,
or anything like that. But I mean, it's a nice looking piece of art. Yeah,
and anything that could take me back to London, that's a great city. So, probably not back to this time, but
Yeah. And I also thought that there was something about the color of the cards. Notice that these are blue, those are...
Yeah, I saw a hospital was blue, so maybe it's like... although that's a Rin right there. What would the Rin do? Action. Put 2 cards from your hand in your building display, then move this card from the game. You must still pay their additional cost. Okay, well, not knowing anything about the game... There we have it. The thing I will say is I'm slightly underwhelmed by the play
the starkness of the play area.
Well,
but we don't know what it's all supposed to do either.
I understand that. I mean, I guess once we get into it, it just doesn't seem to be a lot to it, and I guess I'm not giving it a fair shot.
Right. So that's called the development board. The development board contains 2 rows of discarded city cards. These rows will be emptied at the start of the game, but will be filled up by the players as they develop their cities. With 2 players, only the first space. With 3 players, only the first 4 spaces. And with 4 players, all 5 spaces. So it's whether you're a 2-player,
I think it probably even
3-player,
says
4-player. Okay.
Yeah, right on top. Okay.
Drawing and discarding cards. So you're going to take cards out of your hands and discard up to there.
Okay. And I guess I'm not giving it a fair shot because a lot of games that we get nowadays, they don't even have a main center board. They don't provide it. Yeah, you might be able to buy a mat for it. So I guess I'm not really giving it any type of credit, and that's a bad on my side.
So there are city cards, bureau cards. There's a score tracker. There's coins, loans, poverty tokens.
Yeah, and these
mean, it seems like a simplistic game, but I bet it's got some real complexity into it once you get it. I mean, because it's by Martin Wallace, and I mean, I can already tell because he needs the ability for loans. It's going to be that money is tight, and you're going to have to take a loan. I mean, it's just,
Okay, so give us a little history back onto Martin Wallace for those of us who may not know.
Okay, so
Me.
Martin Wallace, Brass Birmingham or Brass Lancashire.
Oh.
That's a Martin Wallace game.
Okay.
So you went so far, and you're like, oh, but I want to do this. But I'm out of money.
Did it have a loan option in there too?
Almost every one of his games has a loan option.
Okay. I thought it was supposed to be like, history, he's some financial something or another.
And he may be, but no, Martin Wallace games are notorious for got to take a loan, and most of the time you have to pay them back with interest. Like, you'll take a $4 loan, but you got to pay back $7.
Right, and that also probably counts as your action for that.
At some point in time. Although I think there are others where he'll let you pay them back at the end of the game. But if you don't pay them back, not only did you lose the $4 or the $7 or whatever, but you're going to go back that many victory points. So it's like well,
and I remember in Brass that we ended up every time you took a loan, it ended up like setting you back by 2 as well.
Right. So that was where the repayment was already incorporated within it.
Right.
Whereas these, you're actually getting loan markers. So I'm assuming that you're probably going to have to pay them back sometime throughout the course of the game.
Right.
So
I mean, especially for it to have 30 loans. Oh, and then you can be poverty stricken.
Yes. I would think that poverty is also going to play a big role in this this game. And then, of course, again, nice wooden tokens. These are a little bit smaller than I would have expected, but I think they're still fine. I'm not sure what these are used for. We can look what those are up. Look up what those are. Let's see here.
It's got a black square over there on your prestige lost due to poverty.
Yeah, it has poverty over there. I don't know what that is. These are poverty. These are 1 poverty. These are 10 poverty. I'm sorry, no. These are 1s. These are 5s, and then you get to 15s. So it's like once you've put that many out there, okay, now you're going to graduate to that, and then finally you're going to graduate to that.
Okay. I am going to call this out.
Yeah.
The consistency in that makes no sense, in my opinion.
Yeah,
we went from little wooden squares to wooden circle cylinders, whatever, to a piece of cardboard.
So, I mean...
Oh, I'm sorry. You got even poorer, so you get the cardboard.
Well, I mean, I could see what you're saying between this and this of okay, why didn't he have small ones of these and maybe just bigger ones of the cubes?
I could see that.
Okay, But then, I mean, when it came to this, you know, this is more along the lines of, okay, I can manage this.
Right.
I can maybe manage that. It's like, no, you are just screwed. You know.
Okay.
You're
well,
opposed.
and
considering
they gave you 4 of those, so they expect that you might end up each hitting one of those.
Yeah.
I'm just what I'm getting at is, you know, why not give us small cubes, a little bit bigger cubes, keep them in the wooden factor.
Well, I guess by doing this though, if you have those, you know that you're not doing too bad. If you graduated to that rather than just a cube, if you just quickly look at it, you might think, oh, that's just, I mean, unless they made it outrageous, you know. But there is definitely a difference between those that you can say, hey, I've got 8. And then, okay, now you're just really hosed. You know, you've got 23.
I mean, I guess they kept them the same color, so, okay, there's consistency there. But, I mean, honestly, then they should have just kept them all as cardboard pieces.
Yeah,
like in a lot of games, their victory points are, you've got 1, 5s, and 10s.
Sure.
Then they should have just put them on cardboard.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I mean, I'm okay with the money being this. I would have preferred, you know, some type of a metal coin or something like that.
Oh, I already know what we're going to end up playing with when we go to play this game. Those.
It'll probably be poker chips, but.
No, what are those other things called that you got? Those clay.
Yeah, those are poker chips.
Oh, is that what those are?
Yeah, poker chips.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're just easier to handle. At least they didn't do the paper money thing, you know.
Yeah.
The Monopoly style paper money.
Yeah, so, that would not.
That's kind of like the worst.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we've probably gone on too long with this video as it is. Any final thoughts?
No, I mean, I think it'd be an interesting game to play.
Yeah, all in all, I like the quality of it. I think it looks, you know, pretty good. I am confused or concerned about the lack of, you know, whatever, but I'm not sure what the whole game is supposed to happen, you know, with the center board. So we'll give the benefit of the doubt, and we'll see a playthrough of this, hopefully, you know, within the next couple weeks on our channel here.
Absolutely.
So
I'm going to still stick to the quality is good. The confusion on
the
poverty.
Maybe we can address that, you know, after we play it once. You know,
sure.
And you've gotten 2 or 3 of the little poverty tokens.
Sure.
Well, until next time, remember, it's 7 p.m. Do you know where your meeples are?
Where are our meeples?